array.forEach method in JavaScript. The forEach method is used to iterate over every element in an array and perform a desired operation on it. The desired operation will be in the form of a callback function. And the callback takes in three arguments. That is the current value of the array, the index, and the array itself. Okay. Now let's look at some example. While we are looking at the example, I will explain it. Okay, so now let's create a simple array. Let's say let my array equals to array of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 is cool. Okay, so we have our desired array and we want to perform an operation on each element of this array. Okay, let's see the operation what we want to perform is calculate the square root of each element in an array for each method. So for example, when I said the for each method takes in three arguments, so my array dot for each so it takes in a callback, and that callback takes in three arguments, and the three arguments are the value of the array, the index, and the array itself. In this example, we'll be looking at the first argument the for each method takes. That's the current value, and let's see current value. Current value is basically the iteration. Based on one iteration, the value, let's say it has to loop through all this array 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 times. This array has 7 elements. It has to loop through 7 elements. So the first iteration, the value of this array, which is 1, so that's the current value. So current value, so basically what we do, current value times current value. Okay, let's console it to the screen. So clg current value times current value. Yeah. Basically that's for the first example. So let's save it and run it. Yeah, node for each. Okay, so yeah, see what we did was, well, the for each method will iterate, will loop through the whole array, every element in the array. So every iteration they will take in the first element, so it gets to the last element of the array. So the one on every iteration it will take in the first element and it will perform this operation, this logic, this algorithm, this logic on that element. The for each method basically returns undefined. It returns undefined, so you have to console it to the log or store it into another variable. Okay. So here we look at an example of the first element. It also takes in the index. So let's look at the second argument it takes. That is the index of the array. Okay, so let's comment this one. Yeah, yes. So my array dot for each. So let's see, there's the callback, current value, and the index takes in two arguments. You are giving the callback two arguments. You said earlier that the callback takes in three arguments, but here the first argument with the current value is required argument, but the subsequent argument, that's the index and the array itself, they are optional, and they are positional arguments. You have to, so when positional arguments, as I said, you have to pass them in order, for the current value followed by the index followed by the array itself. So as you can see, the callback takes in the value, the number, the index, and then the array. So here we are passing only two values, that is the current value and the index. So try and output that value too. So let's output that value to the console. Clg current value comma and the index. The index is basically every array has an index, the index location of any array. Let's say 1 is at the index 0. So counting in programming start from 0. So 1 is at the index 0, 2 is at the index 2, and 3 is at the index 2 is at the index 1, sorry, and 3 is at the index 2. So here we are printing the value of the array and its index. Yeah, that's the second value of the second value the callback takes. So let's save it and okay, clear. Node, you are using node. for each.js. So here we print out the value of the array and its respective index. So let's say 1 is at the index 0 and 2 is at the index 1. So as you can see here, 1 is at the index 0, 2 is at the index 1. Okay. And the third argument, the callback takes is the array of the array itself. Okay, so let's see, let's comment here. Let's look at the third argument. So my array dot for each. So as a callback, current value, the index. That's the index. Look at how the index works and the array itself. This is basically okay. Let's go. Let's print all to the screen. Okay, this is basically the array itself, the value of the whole array, the total array. This so for every iteration, let's print the value, its index, and the total array, the full array. So clg current value, index, and array. So for every iteration, you will see to print out the value of the array, its index, its respective index, and the whole array again. So for node for it, so as you can see here, so the first iteration, that is the one, it prints out 1. That's the value of the current value, the state. The current value is 1 now, and it prints out its index. So the respective index for this value is 0, and it will print out the array is the whole array of the whole array. Yeah. So yeah, it does the same thing here up to the last element of the array. That's how the for each works. You take given an array, you want to perform a desired operation on an array, but yeah, you want to perform a desired operation on the array. So you pass in the current value. Most of the index and the array are optional value. You can decide not to pass them. But the current value, the first argument, is a required argument. You have to pass them. Thank you. If you enjoyed this tutorial, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thank you. I appreciate that.